Sports Radio 680, The Fan. Brian Giffen doing the play-by-play on a big moment for Kennesaw State, to say the least. And we're going to talk college sports, and I promise you the next 15, 20 minutes you're going to enjoy really an inside look at what is the hottest, really the hottest thing going with college football. College basketball is currently tournament, and what's happening in Kennesaw State, and we're thrilled to make a big announcement on behalf of Dickey Broadcasting, but also to welcome in Vaughn Williams, who's been the AD at Kennesaw State since 2011. Mr. Williams, great to see you.
Thank you, everybody.
Absolutely.
For having me this morning. Good morning.
Of course, and you got that nice, cute little school over there with 33,000 students.
Yes, sir. Third largest school in the state of Georgia. Hard to imagine, isn't it? But it's the real deal. We're doing a great thing. We're educating a lot of students out there. We're growing. Applications are at an all-time high, and what we're doing at Kennesaw State is something that's really, really special.
I like the expression. It's the real deal, because I've been here for over 2 decades, and have watched of all the things that I've watched Atlanta grow like crazy. But I don't know if anything has exploded quite the way. Not just athletics, but what's going on at Kennesaw State, and how many folks I know whose kids are matriculating through there. What's happening on that campus, like to be a real campus, to have a real football program, and to have all these other sports that you're starting to really become a factor in.
Yeah, I think it's just a part of the whole thing, the college experience. Obviously, it happens different ways, different places. The Florida States, the Alabamas, the Georgias, and the Georgia Southerns, and Kennesaw State's a late addition to the action, but right now it's getting in that transition of a more traditional institution, and it's fun to watch. Even in the 5 years I've been there, unbelievable to watch the transition happen before our eyes.
We had Coach Bohannon on a few months ago, or maybe even before last season, to talk about what was going on at Kennesaw State, and so I'm up in Kennesaw one day and just go for a drive through campus. Absolutely gorgeous. Could not believe how nice all the facilities were in the campus up there. It's something you don't expect when you go up to Kennesaw, and when you haven't been around it, it kind of takes you off guard as to how nice that place actually is.
Yes, Mike. I think we say it in admissions. In admissions, they say the secret's out, and the secret is out. And we want to be a household name, not only in the Southeast, but nationally and internationally. We do some great things internationally as well. So it's a neat place. But that's what happens when someone comes to campus and they go, man, how about that?
Right.
How about that? I mean, rec facility, academic buildings, everything is new. Everything that we do, and obviously Bohannon's done a great job of getting football started. I can't be more delighted than to have Coach Bohannon. He's been phenomenal. You never know, right? Because we sat there with Coach Dooley and said, yeah, I think we did the whole search. We had a long time. Boy, we just let us have football, and Bohannon has been more than I think anybody really expected. The class act.
He's like you with the energy level, though, Vaughn. The two of you together.
I was thinking the same thing.
Right?
He sat in that chair, and it just like filled the room. How much love and
right.
that he had for that university.
Yeah, I wish I could be black and gold all through. I got my gold blazer on today because special occasion. Yes, we, thanks to the partnership with 680. But I think it takes a lot of that when you're trying to build something. And he's built it the right way. We got 22 returning starters. He's recruited the state. He's got assembled a coaching staff. You can't do it alone. But he's done so much in just making sure we have the right people surrounded by the program. We've had some former high school coaches that have been hired and college coaches. And, man, it's just really neat to watch him do his thing. His dad was a long-time high school coach, Griffin, Georgia. So he's been around football, and then he was an athletic director. So Brian's been doing it ever since he was young. But he understands people, and that's what you need, people to make things
He is an intense dude. He scares me a little bit when he's here.
Yeah, the eyes get big.
Well, I feel like he's gonna.
Eyes get a little
I
big.
feel like he's gonna make me go through a workout, and I'm gonna have to realize what kind of awful shape I'm in. But he stares at me, and he's like, I know what he's thinking. Shapiro, get it together. Hey, Vaughn Williams, the AD. I got a lot to ask about Kennesaw State. And it's really fascinating stuff, especially anybody driving around in their car thinking about. Listen, this is the city and the state where I got to tell you, if I don't have 100 parents whose kids are playing travel ball and whose kids are, deeply involved in high school and travel, lower level sports at 12, 13, 14. Who want to be able to say, can I go to the next level? and to have, obviously now, the options that you have, just in the state alone, the Georgia Southerns and the Mercers and the Georgia States and the Georgia Techs and the Georgias, that really gives people an opportunity to say, I don't have to play in the NFL. I just want to see if I can play or play baseball at the next level or play college football at the next level. I think this state is almost obsessed with giving their kids that chance.
Yeah, I don't disagree. You know, in Emerson, you have Lake Point up there, you have an unbelievable park. You got the Braves coming up to Cobb County. There's so much. This was what was so exciting about the potential of this job.
Right.
You know, and I came down from University of Connecticut, and I tell you, Georgia, what they love about youth athletics, what they love about college sports in the metro in Atlanta.
Right.
I mean,
They love it.
This is what it's about.
It's the epicenter.
You don't have to, you know, it's there.
Right.
It's there. And so, you know, you come to a place where you think you can be successful. Why would you want to come to a place where you think you can be successful? There's so many great student athletes.
So the announcement, which makes all the sense in the world, and as the sports leader in this city for 2 decades, 680 The Fan and Dickey Broadcasting, Kennesaw State is signed a multi-year deal to be on ESPN Radio 1230, which is The Fan 2, which is a great radio station, and now will devote all the play-by-play of Kennesaw State football on a real flagship and a real home, and be able to really even strengthen and deepen people's ability to connect with the program.
This is an unbelievable day, and some day that we dreamed about for 5 years. So my thanks to all of you. Obviously,
Well, you're
David
welcome.
Dickey.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
David Dickey, got to tell you the story. David Dickey, got to tell you the story. I followed him since I got here. I was down here 6 months, not 6 months, and I asked him. I followed him one day at an event and said one day, you know, he said I met with him and I said, you know, you want to be the best, you got to be with the best, and we're with the best now, and it's a part of our growth as a program that's going to be great for not only athletics and football, but for our institution. And it's a growth in the part we're just going to be intentional about, but we are excited about it. And thank you.
Yeah, and now, of course, really solidifying the college reputation at this radio station, where Dickey Broadcasting, home of Georgia Tech, Georgia State, and Kennesaw State, saying anybody in the sports talk home of the Georgia Bulldogs. So if it's college athletics, it's coming through this building, and it's coming through these radio stations. Let's talk about how big the upside is, and I want you to be as clear as you can be on what your expectation is across the board. Let's talk about the 3 major sports. Let's start with football, because you know that is where listen, it's a brand new program, right? And where do you think this thing can go? Is there thoughts of getting to the next level in terms of the division you're playing at, and tell me where the evolution is of this program?
Well, let's start where we are. We want to be the best of where we can be, and I think there's space in the FCS space for us. You know, we get to give opportunity to more student athletes that play football in this state, and we desperately need it in the state of Georgia. And so I think we can fill that void, maybe that Georgia Southern left at the FCS space, maybe App State left, and it's a good space for us. There's no rush to do anything that we can't do. Let's be the champions
Right.
at this level.
Hey,
And
listen.
let's prove that Georgia, and I'm going to say it, Georgia and this surrounding in the Southeast have some of the best football talent in this country. And I believe that.
If you talk about legends in the state, Paul Johnson, what he did at Georgia Southern,